Starfield has had a very slow start to 2025, but it looks like things might actually be shaping up and getting better towards the end of the year. A couple of weeks ago, we did see a very small update to the game at the start of August. Unfortunately, it wasn't really filled with much. A lot of that stuff was for creations and bug fixing, which of course, always great that bug fixes are there, things are getting fixed, things are getting worked on. That's great news. But it seems like some new features are going to be coming over the next few months. They've done a Bethesda Game Studios developer spotlight, which is something that Bethesda like to do every so often, and in this one, they're talking to Tim Lamb, who is the lead creative director behind Starfield itself, and has been with Bethesda since 2006. He started on games like Oblivion, and has been going through since then. Almost 20 years he has been there, which is insane. That is a hell of a lot of time to dedicate to one studio, and the amount of work that Bethesda have put out over the years is absolutely incredible. And Tim has had a big hand in a lot of those titles. So I think what he's done with Starfield is brilliant. I love Starfield, love the way it plays, love the feel of it, but there are definitely things that missed the mark right from the beginning. And it seems like the features that the team are working on now are definitely something that people are going to be getting behind, and that people wanted since the beginning of the game. If you are a fan of Starfield and other survival titles, make sure you subscribe to the channel, drop a like on the video, and stick around for much more RPG and space related games. I was thinking of checking out No Man's Sky. I've seen that they recently put out a massive update, and that looks insane. We're obviously playing a little bit of Fallout New Vegas as well because, well, Fallout 2 is coming out soon. Well, Fallout Season 2 is coming out soon, and I'm very excited for that. So if you are a fan of games like Fallout, Starfield, Bethesda titles, and RPGs in general, subscribe to the channel, drop a like on the video, and stick around for much more. Now, this developer spotlight is 5.5 minutes long. It goes over a whole host of stuff, detailing Tim's career and when he started at Bethesda. Now, if you do want to see the full video, it will be linked in the description down below. Really cool stuff on Bethesda's pages. They cover all sorts of bits and bobs, and it's a mishmash of all of their games and loads of other little random bits from the developers and other things such as mods and creations that are being spotlighted. So, cool stuff over there if you are a Bethesda fan. Definitely recommend checking it out. Now, the majority of Tim's interview goes over his time at Bethesda and the various games that he's worked on. But the last sort of minute goes into Starfield quite deeply, talking about what the team is working on and what we could potentially expect to see over the next few months. Now, I'll play this part of the video talking about Starfield. It's around about a minute long, and then we'll chat about what could potentially be coming. Because unfortunately, a lot of this is vague hints at what could eventually show up in the game. There's no determinate sort of when this is coming out or this is definitely coming to the game. This is very much sort of a little bit of a hint. So we could potentially not see anything until the start of next year or maybe even later. It has said that the team is working on new features and things like a DLC, but what those are, we'll have to wait and see. So check this out.
Starfield is sort of the culmination. It does so many of the things that those other games do, but like 4 times as much in a way. Like everything is what we did before, plus more fidelity, more complexity. To me, Starfield was like making 4 games. You have your, I'm running around shooting aliens and space guys. You have your, I'm flying around in a spaceship, shooting other spaceships. You have the ship builder game. You have the outpost game. Starfield to me was like making 4 games at once. I think as it comes to Starfield, I'm really excited for players to see what the team's been working on. We have some cool stuff coming, including free updates and features that players have been asking for, as well as a new DLC story. I can't go into all the details just yet, but I will say part of the team has been focused on space gameplay to make the travels there more rewarding. We're also adding some new game systems and a few other smaller delights. There's also some really interesting stuff coming down the pipe from our verified creators. There's some fun stuff. I just want to say thanks. We really appreciate the support and the enthusiasm. We can't wait to get it into the hands of our players.
Now, the first thing Tim talks about is things like the free updates and new features that players want to see, which we can all get behind that. Any free update, loads of new features, but that does tie in with him then speaking about a DLC. So could we see this new sort of space travel system that's going to be implemented into a DLC rather than base game? I do hope that that is not the case, because more sort of space related activities and more freedom when you're out in outer space is definitely something that players have wanted from the very beginning. It was very much described as miles wide but only inches deep. And when it comes to space exploration and travel, I do agree with that. You are going through menus more than you're actually traveling around. It'd be so much better to have that as a sort of free-flowing system, moving from planet to planet, just like what I think No Man's Sky does, is what I understand it. I've never actually played the game or really seen any footage of it other than their new trailer that I saw the other day, which looks insane. But having a system like that, where you can get out, you can spacewalk, you can actually go run around your ship and set a course with your ship so it will go there whilst you're doing things inside, such as crafting, building bits and bobs. I think that would definitely take away a lot of that mundane menu surfing. But how far and how deep they're going to go with this type of thing is yet to be seen. Now, he also said that they're working on a lot of things that people have been asking for. And that's broad. That is very broad. There are a lot of things that people have been asking for. As I just mentioned, the space travel aspect of the game. I do think sort of better POIs and a varying load of POIs would be better. I think that's something that Starfield does disappoint on quite a bit. Is, yeah, we're not expecting every single planet to be like Fallout 4, but having those little sort of Goldilocks planets that are absolutely brim with life, and you can spend hours and hours exploring and enjoying, like they already do with some of the main settlements and cities in game, but having them a lot more densely packed around the cities as well. So there's little offshoots and little settlements, old mining colonies, and all sorts of bits and bobs like that would be really, really cool. And then, yeah, you do have those odd barren planets that have pretty much nothing on it because it's not survivable or there's no resources on there. And having that fine mix of some that are barren, some that have a few little POIs, and then some that are just brimmed and teeming with life, I think should be something that had come to the game at the beginning. Because the POIs, a lot of them are really cool, but they do get very repetitive once you've been playing for 50, 60, 70 hours. And a lot of the people that are still playing now are those that have been there from the start and are enjoying it. But as a new player coming in, reading some of the feedback about things being repetitive, you do instantly get that sort of, oh, that's disappointing. And then when you see it for yourself after the first 3 or 4 POIs that you've explored that are relatively similar, it is a little bit disheartening. So hopefully they do add more POIs. The space travel and those systems are more sort of free-flowing rather than menu hopping. And then obviously this DLC. Starborn DLC, who knows? I think what the main core of that is going to be, don't know. Like I say, I do hope that they don't tie any of these new features that players have been requesting behind a DLC or a paywall. Tim also said that there's going to be a whole host of new creations from the verified creators such as Kingarth, the most recent ones that did the Watchtower creation, and there's a ton of others that will be coming as well, which is good news. I'm excited for a lot of that. I think the creations is something that's really helped keep the game alive over the past few months and keep a lot more players interested as to what they would have been anyway. But we'll have to wait and see what the team do in the future. I'm excited. I'm hoping within the next few weeks we hear some new news from them and at least some form of a hint of what's coming next. Because at the moment, it's radio silent. We've got little bits of information through things like this and through the updates, but we'll have to wait and see. I was hoping we'd see something at Gamescom, but unfortunately that wasn't the case. For now though, we are going to wrap that one up there. If you do want to see some No Man's Sky, let me know in the comments down below. If you're enjoying more of the Fallout New Vegas stuff, let me know as well. For now though, I've been Cowboy, you've been awesome, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.